This Instagram reel got 2.3 million views, 136,000 likes, and it brought me 7,591 followers.
You want 99% of your problems to disappear? Lift weights, go for walks, don't get drunk or high with anyone unless they're doing well in life. Realize the girl you like would probably have a crush on you if you were lean and muscular. Stop wasting your time chasing random hookups with girls you have no future with. High quality wife material only. Stop doom scrolling late at night. Use that time to read books or watch your favorite movies, the ones that fire you up to be amazing at life the next day. Eat healthy 90% of the time. Realize there's nothing more important than your health. Don't just tell yourself the words like you're reciting mindless facts in social studies class. Actually download the belief. Realize you're spinning on a sphere in an infinite universe, and the fact you're alive is a 1 in 500 trillion miracle. You're so lucky it's absurd. You have nothing to lose.
Lift weights, go for walks. You can be 9% body fat without ever starving yourself and without ever having to do cardio. How can I be so certain? Because in 2021, I lost 34 pounds in 2 months without ever doing cardio. 207 pounds, 22% body fat, to 173 pounds, 9% body fat. Please ignore my extremely punchable face. Not showing you this because I think it makes me cool, showing you this purely as proof of concept. And while we're on that subject, the reason to be 9% body fat and hit the gym and eat clean and cut back on drinking isn't because it makes you better than people. It isn't to send Snapchats of your abs to girls who are still in college. It isn't about telling people you wake up at 4 a.m. The reason you should be healthy is so on December 29th, when you're at your fiance's parents' house, laughing with her dad and brothers and cool uncle. Her cool uncle is the one you can tell anything to, judgment free. And you're looking like Clark Kent in your long sleeve, energy levels on 10, testosterone levels on 10, grateful AF, having banger conversations, Sinatra playing in the background, along with the Valero Alamo Bowl on ESPN2. You feel amazing. You won. You can enjoy your fiance's mom's cookies. You can enjoy your fiance's cool uncle's hot girlfriend's apple pie. Her aunt is bragging about you in the kitchen, wine drunk. She gets asked to leave. You're pumped listening to your fiance's dad's stories about Friday nights before cell phones. Your fiance thinks you're bored. You're having the time of your life. Being muscular, 9% body fat, hitting the gym, eating clean, cutting back on drinking isn't about how much you can deadlift. It's about you and your fiance riding home together, watching Home Alone, having a sleepover, and she's so hot and emotionally mature, it's absurd. You're looking at her thinking, this woman is hot enough to date Matthew McConaughey? Why the heck does the universe like me so much? It must be a combination of being kind to the special ed kids when you were in high school and going hard in the gym with good form. It's about feeling fulfilled, proud of yourself. It's about taking a third-person moment to stop and think, gratitude swarming you. Is life really this good? When you destroy your bad habits and become the hero you daydreamed about being when you were 15? Yes, you can be jacked AF, lean and muscular, 9% body fat year-round without ever having to do cardio. Cardio is anaerobic exercise. Exercise performed without the presence of oxygen, meaning you're unable to do it while holding a conversation because you're huffing and puffing. Calories burned during anaerobic exercise, calories burned when your heart rate is elevated, rapidly deplete your energy storages at such a fast rate it results in hunger cravings, which is a fancy way of explaining why after 5 days of running and eating really trim, Friday night you get ravenously hungry and can eat an entire 24-piece sheet pizza and 2 pints of Ben & Jerry's. Cardio isn't bad. Cardio isn't unhealthy. It's just a foolishly inefficient way of trying to lose weight. It requires extreme physical and psychological energy to bring yourself to do cardio, energy you could be focusing on crushing it in your career and getting promoted, providing your wife banger Christmas presents and or a trip to Italy, turning your end of year work meeting into a celebration in your boss's office, him pouring you a drink and trying to set you up with his goddaughter while congratulating you on your 300% pay raise. Cardio spikes your cortisol, the stress hormone, which makes you anxious and bloated, and keeps you from making gym gains because your body is in a state of chronic stress. This is why marathon runners look like trash, God bless them, and lifter walkers on high-protein diets look amazing. When David Goggins goes on 100-mile runs and films videos of himself telling you you're a loser and your wife is gonna leave you for a dude who wakes up earlier and ice tubs at a colder temperature, he's running for his mind, not his physique. He's running to be able to look back and tell himself he did something savage. He's not running to look good. He's not running to win the calorie equation. Unless you're a UFC fighter or a professionally sponsored ultra marathon runner. Cardio is an inefficient use of your time. It's flooding you with cortisol, stressing you the fuck out. You hate changing into running clothes after a brutal workday. You hate waking up early to run, tossing and turning in bed the night before, dreading your alarm clock, and all it's doing for you in return is damaging your knees, skyrocketing your hunger cravings to the point that your food noise is on 100 all day, and stealing precious time and energy you could be spending crushing it in your career or hanging out with your hot wife, who I don't know and am never gonna meet. I say that with total respect. The simplest way to get jacked, lean and muscular, 9% body fat year-round, is by lifting weights and walking. Lifting weights boosts your testosterone and stacks you with hard aesthetic muscle. Walking burns calories without spiking your hunger cravings. The muscle mass not only looks great, yes, looking like Superman, and as a result having a wife way out of your league and a father-in-law who brags about you when he gets hammered is amazing. The muscle mass is also burning fat for you on autopilot 24/7 even while you're sleeping, because the more muscle mass you have, the faster your metabolism moves. The faster your metabolism moves, the more fat your body burns. It's a beautiful cycle. Don't get drunk or high with anyone who isn't doing well in life. Don't get drunk or high with negativity addicted gossipers and complainers. They're poison. Only get drunk or high with good people with good bodies who leave massive tips at restaurants. Only get drunk or high with people who get fired up when a special needs kid scores a basket on senior night. This doesn't mean you can never have fun. This means earn your fun and have your fun with good people. Only hang out with good people. Only give your time and energy to people and activities you feel good about the next day. You don't have to never eat pizza. You don't have to never toast a joint with your best friend. But for the love of God, earn it. Drink 26 beers at the concert as a reward for getting promoted. Use an extra large piece of apple pie as a reward for hitting 300 push-ups. Ideally, you realize this hungover at age 23. Treats and parties aren't fun unless you're doing well in life. Get the order correct. Crush it at the gym like a grateful savage. Then enjoy a ribeye steak or plate of sushi. Then watch The Dark Knight for the 719th time. Don't reward yourself for doing nothing. Reward yourself for banger actions. Going hard in the gym with good form. Crushing it at work and getting promoted. Proving to your D-bag Yale coworker you aren't dumb, you just weren't trying, you're actually a savage. Don't indulge in undeserved pleasure like a college kid who rips bong first thing in the morning, then plays video games for 5 hours, and wonders why he looks and feels like an anxious idiot. That's unhealthy. That's restrictive. No. Being overweight is unhealthy. It takes years off your life. Not reaching your potential is unhealthy. It makes you bloated, stressed, regretful, and bitter. 90% productivity, 10% celebration. How everyone you admire structures their life. Matthew McConaughey, Julian Edelman, Saquon Barkley, Jessica Biel. Haley Williams, lead singer of Paramore. Also the angelic voice in the chorus of Airplane's 2010. Those songs don't write themselves. Structure isn't restrictive. It's the blueprint to an amazing life. Realize the girl you like would probably have a crush on you if you were lean and muscular. Think about any girl you've ever liked. Did you like her for her smile or because of how she could light up a room? No, you're not a 96-year-old grandma. You liked her because she had a great body and she was emotionally mature. Why would it be different for you? It's not a girl's fault for not liking you. It's always your fault. Girls are rooting for you. They want you to be hot and chill and kind and generous and fun to be around. They want your shoulders to look like jacked iron basketballs from the side raises you consistently smash with clean form. They want your back looking like a freaking mountain range because you pull big boy weight with clean form on dumbbell rows. They want you to be a studly, interesting, humble main character, just like you want 15 baddies to show up at the bar. You like the girl you like because of her cleavage and her calves and her perfect teeth and her immaculately organized apartment. Hygiene signals health. Health equals attractiveness. You like her because her personality is freaking amazing. You don't need to be drunk or high to enjoy talking to her. She's easy to be around. You like her because everyone loves her, because she's stunning and sharp, and talking to her is genuinely stimulating. You'd be pumped to have a sleepover with her even if you didn't have sex, which is crazy rare. And even more crazy real? Flip it back on yourself. Why would any girl like you if you aren't fit and fun and wealthy and chill? Why would any girl like you if your body isn't aesthetically pleasing and your vibes aren't good? Don't be an entitled brat. Just because your mom and youth soccer coach told you you were awesome doesn't mean you are actually awesome in reality. Without getting too deep, you shouldn't want unconditional love. You should want the most conditional love. And you should do everything in your power to achieve as much conditional love as you physically possibly can. Reasons to be muscular. Your wife gets pumped to show you off at parties and flex on her enemies. Let's freaking go. Your father-in-law brags about you when he gets hammered. Your shoulders look so jacked in your wife's Instagram of you at the Morgan Wallen concert that her college rival rear-ends someone in traffic because she's so rattled. You look jacked holding your toddler son or daughter in pictures when they're in kindergarten. You're never in a situation where you're uncomfortable taking your shirt off. That freaking sucks. You might not even realize how much it sucks because you think looking good, jacked, muscular, lean is impossible. You might think looking good, jacked, muscular, lean is for other people who you see on Instagram, not you. You might think being pasty, skinny fat, unsatisfied with how you look, looking bad without your shirt on is your destiny in life and there's no other option. Being fit and hot is impossible. You're wrong. Being muscular is math and science. Being 9% body fat is math and science. It's lifting, walking, and a high-protein diet. It is so freaking possible. It is you acting in accordance with the laws of physics, muscle adaptations, thermodynamics. You don't need to scroll back 3 years in your pictures to find one where you look good. Your metabolism moves faster, which means you burn more fat, which means you can look dialed without having to do cardio. Everyone trusts you. People get fired up just looking at you. Men treat you better. You get promoted even when you don't 100% deserve it yet, which is fine. You can catch up as you go. Be a hard worker and be very thankful. Prove them right. Men will ask you to marry their daughter because they want to be your father-in-law. Your wife's brothers who rarely drink because their careers are demanding and they have kids on July 4th fight over who gets to be your beer pong partner, which they wouldn't if you looked like a skinny fat doughboy. Important. If you're muscular, but you're a self-obsessed D-bag about it, you forfeit the benefits. No one likes you. You're annoying. You're cringe. You're a vibe ruiner. Also, common misconception. You don't need to eat chicken and broccoli every meal and spend 5 hours in the gym and have zero social skills in order to be muscular. All you need is 3 lifts a week, 50 minutes at a time. Does watching Interstellar not make you realize you have far better things to do with your life than eat cinnamon swirl donuts and gamble on West Coast baseball games you don't care about alone at 1 a.m.? Stop chasing random hookups with girls you have no future with. High quality baddie wife material only. You should only be pursuing a girl if you'd be pumped to show her off to your friends because she's so hot and emotionally mature it makes them want a girlfriend. Stop messaging a rotation of 7 different girls. Pick the one you'd be pumped to bring to your cool uncle's house party and give all your time and energy to her. Your cool uncle is the one you can tell anything to judgment-free. Your cool uncle is the one who knows every Billy Joel song. Stop chasing random sketchy hookups. Delete Tinder. Stop watching porn. It's tanking your testosterone levels and making you a loser. Here's how you know you genuinely like a girl. You don't lose interest in her after busting. You should only be sleeping with girls you don't lose interest in after busting. If, when you bust, you want to leave as fast as Batman evacuating the crime scene, fleeing the cops at the end of The Dark Knight, you don't like her. If, when you bust, you regret it and immediately want to be with your boys watching a Disney movie, or playing NHL 2011, eating chips and salsa, pumped to fire up Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, you don't like her. Without getting too deep, the reason people distract themselves with empty hookups is because they're afraid to pursue their crush. Because if they give it their all with their crush and fail, they'll feel awful. They'll feel like a loser, like the kid in a movie who gets jammed into a locker. If you put the work in to attract your crush and it doesn't work out, when you ask her out, she says no, you have to deal with the fact you wasted all that time. You didn't waste it. The skills you learned will stay with you. The knowledge of human behavior you acquired will stay with you. But in today's world of instant gratification, trying to explain that to someone would be like trying to teach trigonometry to a chimpanzee. NFL quarterbacks don't study film. They look for the one receiver they hope is open, then take off running. If that's how NFL quarterbacks are operating in the world, what the heck do you think is the thought process of a mediocre everyday moron who eats a regular everyday diet and thinks regular everyday thoughts? If you want to be great, There's never been an easier time in human history. The bar is so low, it's comical. The bar is literally on the floor. Without getting too deep, what you're even more afraid of than putting in the work to attract your crush and having it not work out, having her tell you no, is having her tell you yes. If your crush tells you yes, you acquire a bag you could fumble. If your crush tells you yes, then she gets to know you. She sees your room, your kitchen, how organized you aren't, how you actually spend your free time, not the fabrications you narrate about yourself on first dates. You think no is bad? No isn't nearly as terrifying as yes. Stop doom scrolling late at night. Use that time to read books or watch your favorite movies, the ones that fire you up to be amazing at life the next day. Instead of doom scrolling, drooling over Instagram models or foodie reels, how about reading industry-specific books or watching industry-specific YouTube videos that are going to increase your earning capacity 250%? How about watching Rocky IV or Interstellar? How about using that time to make your life better instead of pissing it down the drain and waking up the next day feeling like a freaking loser? Eat healthy 90% of the time. Don't brag about it. Don't be a self-obsessed D-bag about it. Realize there's nothing more important than your health. Don't just tell yourself the words like you're reciting mindless facts in social studies class. Actually download the belief. If your health isn't as good as it possibly can be, you're missing out. If you're not physically fit, aesthetically pleasing, lean and muscular, as happy as you possibly can, you're missing out. It's not a competition. It's not you versus anyone else. The goal of life isn't to win transactions or own fast cars or bang the most supermodels. No, dummy. The goal of life is to make your 15-year-old self proud. The meaning of life, the holy grail, the kingdom of heaven, nirvana, are all the same thing. This won't make any sense until you're 59 on a rainy long weekend when you finally have time to deeply think. The meaning of life is becoming the best version of yourself. The most famous movie quote of all time, Usual Suspects, 1995. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he did not exist. The devil in modern times is comfort. You grew up well off. You went to a good school. Penn State, UT, Boston College, Patriot League, NESCAC. The same 50 hometowns and schools as everyone in your social circle. I went to one of these schools. Not saying this to make fun of you, saying this to save your freaking life. You don't need to take action. You can literally afford to coast. 20 pounds overweight, 20% of your career potential. You'll still get to the Hamptons in the summer. You'll still get a good apartment. You'll still get a pretty wife who secretly hates you because she doesn't respect you, who doesn't fire you up, but who you settle for because you don't have the balls to ask out your crush. You know you need to lose weight, clean up your diet, go hero mode in your career, but your nightly and weekendly temptations keep you a lethargic bitch, flat, weak, unhealthy, everything you promised yourself you wouldn't be as a dad. You keep telling yourself you'll do it next month. You keep telling yourself you're busy. When Andrew Huberman, age 49, hasn't had 45 minutes of free time in 10 years, is jacked out of his mind, energy levels 30 out of 10. Ryan Reynolds is 49, shredded. He starts a new business venture every 6 weeks. He could bang any woman in the world, yet he's loyal to his wife like a grateful savage. You can't not look at Alex Earl's booty pictures. And you 100% don't need to change, which is why 99% of people never do. You'll always be able to keep up appearances. You'll always be able to afford beer or cheesy bread to distract yourself from the life you know in your gut and conscience you should be living. God still loves you, according to your religious family member, but it's you who has to hate yourself. It's you who has to deal with another year of not getting your act together, gut pitted with regret. Again, you don't have to never eat pizza. You don't have to never drink 26 beers with your childhood best friends when you're home for Christmas. But for the love of God, earn it. Use 2 Five Guys double cheeseburgers as a reward for a banger workout. Smoke a king-size joint at the John Mayer concert as a reward for getting promoted. Treats and parties aren't fun unless you're doing well in life. Get the order correct. Crush it at the gym like a grateful savage. Then enjoy a bottle of red wine and The Notebook with your girlfriend. Don't reward yourself for doing nothing. Don't give yourself participation trophies. Reward yourself for actions that make your life better. Going hard in the gym with good form, walking out feeling like a jacked, happy savage, crushing it at work and getting promoted. If you fry your dopamine receptors with undeserved pleasure, like a college kid who rips bong first thing in the morning, then watches 5 hours of Trailer Park Boys, don't be surprised when you look and feel like an anxious idiot. That's psycho. That's unhealthy. No, being overweight is unhealthy. Being overweight takes years off your life. Not reaching your potential is unhealthy. It makes you bloated, stressed, regretful, and bitter. 90% productivity, 10% celebration. How everyone you freaking adore structures their life. Matthew McConaughey, Julian Edelman, Theo Vaughn, Riley Green, your favorite artists, your favorite singers, all the people you want to be like. Last, and definitely most important, realize you're spinning on a sphere in an infinite universe, and the fact you're alive is a 1 in 500 trillion miracle. You're so lucky it's absurd, and you have nothing to lose. If you aren't awestruck by how amazing life is, you're dumb. Gyms exist. Grocery stores exist. Every food item in the world has been hunted and gathered for you. NFL Sundays happen 20 plus times a year. You and your friends can get baked at a Coldplay concert. You can build yourself into a superhero in a few months of hitting the gym. You didn't need to spend your entire life figuring out how to invent a car. You were born into a world where that was already done for you. iMessaging exists. Texting exists. You can communicate with your favorite people who make you feel good, in less than a second. Your message or meme leaves your phone to a satellite in outer space, then pings back down to your girlfriend or child's future godfather in less than a second. That is your life. You are that freaking blessed. It's incomprehensible. Life is an incomprehensible miracle. You could be working 16-hour days in a coal mine in a third world country. All your ideas, all your greatness, all your dreams, shove them up your ass. That could have been your life. Christopher Nolan movies exist. You and your friends can lift weights at 11 a.m. on an NFL Sunday, then spend the rest of your day eating clean, filling, high-protein meals like a jacked, happy king, and love your life. You're spinning on a sphere in an infinite universe. Don't take this the wrong way. You did nothing to earn this. You woke up one day alive. On the only planet that actually works. Any closer to the sun, life on Earth wouldn't be inhabitable. Any further from the sun, it would be colder than you want to think about. You're so lucky it's absurd, and you have nothing to lose. Life is a free miracle, one you didn't even know to ask for. You just woke up one day in a world where gyms, grocery stores, aux cords, sugar-free energy drinks, and Christopher Nolan movies exist. You won. You won the game. You won the greatest lottery of all time. You're alive. Life is unreal. You're freaking awesome. Let's maximize our full potential. You are floating in heaven. Be blessed.